Hello everyone, and this is Katie with Discover Central Massachusetts. As promised, we are here tonight in Webster at Samuel Slater's restaurant, which is a new restaurant that just opened as part of the Indian Ranch complex. We are here with the president and the head chef to talk to us a little bit about the menu, what inspired the menu, and upcoming events they have that you guys should take a part of. Let's go talk to them now. Hi Suzette, hi Michael, how are you?
Very good.
Good, Suzette. So you guys have been open for how long for this restaurant?
We opened up the end of October, so it's been about roughly 12 weeks.
About 12 weeks. And what has the reception been so far, being the newest restaurant here in Webster?
I think there's a lot of reaction. I think people were waiting a long time for us to open, so there's still a lot of excitement in the air. A lot of people you see posts on Facebook, waiting to come, can't wait to come and try the food and just see what they've been hearing about for the past year.
That's so awesome. And I mean, you guys how would you define your menu as? New American, American Contemporary? Chef Michael, can you tell me a little bit about your menu, kind of what inspired it and what people can expect when they come here?
Sure, I would say it's more New American than anything else. We like to be able to have fun with the cuisine. I think as far as what inspired me behind the menu was just kind of my background in food in general. I've had a pretty diverse background within food. It's kind of opened my perception of food, up to a lot more than just traditional dishes. So I like to kind of incorporate different ideas and different techniques within the food itself, and make something that's really delicious.
That's so cool. And now you guys have some events coming up too, one of which being a beefsteak event. Can you tell me a little bit about what that menu is and kind of what that night will pan out to be?
So the beefsteak event is an event that I've been wanting to do for quite some time now. It's a old world event that started or originated back in the late 1800s and continued up until around 1940. It primarily took place in New York City and in New Jersey, and it was a celebration built around beef, basically, and beer. So the whole premise of the event is to sit down in a communal experience where you eat with the absence of plates, napkins, and forks. You're basically given an apron at the door, which becomes your napkin. And yeah, we just kind of keep continuously bringing food and drinks until everybody's nice and happy.
That sounds like a wonderful thing. Do you guys have any other events that are coming up that are going to be really menu focused?
We do. We have a wine dinner coming up on the 13th of February as well. This one will be Italian themed. We're going to be kind of changing it up and doing at least one a month, every month under a different theme. So this next one that's coming up will be focused on Italian. And tickets for this are very limited, so we kind of expect that it'll move fairly quickly. And we're going to kind of continue to do it month after month.
And especially with it being the 13th, right close to Valentine's Day, people should be getting their tickets ASAP before you guys sell out and they're left in the dust.
Yeah, absolutely. So, especially, being Valentine's Day, Italian kind of fits right into it. So.
Absolutely. So Suzette, can you tell me a little bit about the history of this restaurant, right? Kind of where the name came from. We see all these panels behind us with different pictures, different, pieces of history. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, when we first started talking about opening up a restaurant, we really wanted to bring in kind of the local flavor. So we started doing some research, and we came across Samuel Slater, who was one of the founders of the American Industrial Revolution. So for this area, in the Blackstone Valley area, going into Rhode Island, he founded a lot of different towns, and Webster being one of them. So if you look at the history, Webster was really built around Samuel Slater and his mills.
That's so cool. And can you tell me a little bit about how just this restaurant complements the other things that you have in this immediate vicinity, which being Indian Ranch?
Yeah, I think this is the last thing that was missing from Indian Ranch. We have the concert venue, the campground, the Indian Princess. We've done banquets here in the past, and we knew that was an area we could expand in. So having the restaurant and having a chef full-time on board was really a great fit. And this restaurant is really something that we've gotten a lot of requests for in the area.
That's really cool, and I know that some of like the panels behind you have the different history pieces, some cotton, the cotton mills, things like that. Is there anything else you would like to add? I mean, what is the typical atmosphere? You guys are right on the lake, so that's a huge plus right there. I mean, I can imagine once the nicer weather comes, you're going to be open up those doors to the deck, and people are going to be able to dine out there as well as just to look out over the lake maybe when it's not so dark so early. But can you tell me anything else about the restaurant and its atmosphere and just kind of what brought you to where you are now?
Yeah, I think the whole design of it, we really wanted to give it kind of that craft feel. And, you know, you're coming, we're hoping people are going to come enjoy the day. Like you said, you can open up the doors, so it'll feel like almost like you're sitting outside with the view of the lake. So there's nothing like a nice spring, summer day coming out, being able to sit outside and have a drink, have a nice meal, and just relax.
That's awesome. Now, would you guys mind showing me the first inside glance of the restaurant?
Sure.
Awesome, let's go.
We do have a private dining area that sits up to 25 people.
Oh wow, it's really happening in here, huh?
So if you can see the windows, those can open all the way up, all around.
And you guys have a full bar as well, so
Correct.
It's dining room seating as well as tabletop and lounge seating, right?
Yes.
That's so awesome. And Chef Michael, am I correct to think that you have seafood options with being so close to the water, even though you can't really, there's not many options in there, but can you just tell me a little bit about the different seafood options that you can have so close to the water?
First and foremost, we have a raw bar. So we offer all types of different local oysters as well as shrimp cocktail, crab, clams, things like that. And then as far as menu items goes, everything from salmon to day-boat scallops, day-boat cod, things like that. We try to source everything as locally as possible.
That's awesome. And can you tell me, just before we end, I'm going to ask both of you, what is your favorite thing on the menu so far?
That's way too difficult for me to pick something that's my favorite.
I figured. What's one thing you would recommend to somebody coming in here for the first time?
One thing we get the biggest response with, I think, is the duck duck goose.
The duck duck goose. That sounds really good. I know I had the meat candy appetizer before, and that was delicious. Suzette, your favorite?
A couple, the bistro filet and also the wilted bitter green. Did I say that right? Delicious.
That's so awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much for having me today. I really appreciate it. And everybody, stay tuned for our next live video next week. Make sure you come on down to Samuel Slater's here in Webster, right on Webster Lake, and enjoy a delicious meal with family and friends. And make sure you buy tickets for the next beefsteak dinner. All right, thanks, everyone.